This is what you've been waiting for. This is the first. I can't wait. We're now at HEX, and we're in New Orleans, and I had a reading a few days ago with this incredible reader who I absolutely loved, who has said she will do a few readings for you guys afterwards, so please stay tuned right to the end. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to introduce Ellie. I'm going to ask her a few questions, and she's going to show us around the store, so we're going to go from there. Okay, guys, here we go. Ellie.
Hey,
hi.
Ellie Barnes here in New Orleans, heart of the South. Angel came in my booth. I had no idea who she was. She booked it online. She walks in, and I'm thinking, okay, here's a cute lady named Angel. So she walks in, and I said, well, she's kind of chatty. She's got a lot on her mind. She's got a lot going on. And then when she sat down and we synced up, it was like fireworks. We had so many things to talk about. Past lives, history of her family, intrigue and detective work that we want to work on, solving some things.
Well, I have to interrupt you. My friend Angela, she did exactly what you did when she read me the first time. Angel, be quiet. I'm trying to read you. Be quiet. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I love that. I love that. I love that. So tell us about you. Tell us, Ellie, who are you? How did you get into this?
This is a story on my website, elliebarnespsychic.com. I'm Scottish. My mother's family, father and mother's side, are from the Isle of Mull in Scotland. And there's sort of that folk tale that Scottish women have really good psychic skills. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, very powerful mediums and psychics. So it was a world that I knew about. It wasn't strange to me. I had a very difficult psychic childhood, but my mother and my grandmother took me to get help, to meet a good psychic, to show me how to protect myself.
What do you mean by it was hard? What does that
just
mean?
PTSD, just terror from visions all the time.
Okay, you were overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, and I was really little. Like, I went to the psychic when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
And so I was nonverbal from age 3 to 4 also. So it was a real backtrack for me. But because my family took care of me and I got good guidance, and then I studied philosophy in college. I have a degree in philosophy, a minor in comparative religion. I've studied occult sciences, metaphysical things my entire life. I've traveled the world. I'm a Floridian. I was born near Daytona Beach and have lived most of my life in Pensacola, Florida.
Nice.
I came to New Orleans in 1970 as a 6-year-old and said, I will live here. So I moved here 10 years ago. I have a beautiful house I bought in Holy Cross near the river with big gardens. I have 3 dogs, a really cute younger boyfriend, and I have worked in HEX 8 years. This has been the best training for me in the world. It's a strong professional spot. You have to be a great psychic to work here, but the people I've met and the opportunities it's opened up have been incredible. So it's my life. I'm a high priestess in the Alexandrian witchcraft tradition here in New Orleans. I have tons of magical friends. As I've said to Angel, there's everything here for her. And we've been connecting about how strange it is living in such a haunted city.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, why don't you, and what is it like living in a haunted city? Because, I mean, as a reader, as a clairvoyant, I mean, that must affect your everyday life.
In my training, I know how to build my aura pretty quickly and just shield myself and function well. But I do see evidence of the people that have never been here before. Sometimes they have something to drink and they get to their hotel room, and then they come in here in the morning frantic and freaked out because they've had powerful experiences.
Right.
I think in my world, because it's so magical and I hang out with a lot of magicians and psychics, if any one of us said, like in a group walking to a club, for instance, let's not go down that road, we wouldn't. I mean, we just use our instincts super fast.
Yes.
I kind of limit being in really crowded places. I don't really stay out past midnight, and I don't really like drunkenness. You know, when I'm the first one, I drink 2 bottles of red wine. But as soon as I get to a group that I think these people are all kind of wasted, I just don't stay because it gets too messy.
Yeah, I agree.
You get used to it.
Because you acclimatize. Absolutely, you adjust, right? So let's take a tour.
Yes, this is HEX Old World Witchery, and the founding owners are Christian Day and Brian Kane. Christian's from Salem. He's a Lori Cabot witch. He was trained since he was 17 years old. Brian is a lifelong witch and a coven leader. Both of them a lot more psychic than they'd even be willing to say. And so the business has started in Salem about 15 years ago. They host some really beautiful education events, HEX Fest and WitchCon, the Witches Ball, and different Day of the Dead activities in October in Salem.
Oh, so they're the ones who organized that?
Yes, all of it.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
All of it. And great respect for great practitioners, not just the political hype.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we have, like, for instance, our books are very well vetted. We just don't carry things that we don't know are they're really high quality. So HEX has been here about 12 years. I've worked here about 8.5. And we rented this one little shop. I don't know if you can see it, but this was this front little room.
Yeah.
So we did always had the candles here. We've got individual herbs for sale, handmade candles, blessed, all of our working oils here, lots of different styles of candle. Like this is the Marie Laveau line, based on her recipes generally. Great.
Where would you
products.
get recipes from Marie Laveau?
They're in notes and notebooks about her. There's a pretty good amount of research and work that's been done on Marie Laveau. So we're still probably guessing to some extent. This is some of our jewelry that we keep in cases. We really do try to keep some nice protective pieces, some god and goddess pendants. Beautiful Nick is our staff person today, and he is
Hi,
here
Nick.
working on labeling our bags. We have magicians and witches working here.
Okay,
we
so
really care about
I have a question, and please shut me up if you don't mind, if you want to. What is that? Protective?
There are 3 runes. This is one area I don't know a lot about. I'm not a rune expert. I was told that Emma, who's pregnant, put them on the door so that any negativity that was in the hallway out there was gone.
That's a good.
Do you know any more about those, Nick?
I know this one's about like fortune and abundance.
Fortune, make
this
money.
one's protection.
And the last one is success.
Wow. So there you have it.
Yeah,
But we do
that's
tours,
awesome.
weekend night, spirits and spell tour.
Oh.
And at the end of the tour, a magical person is leading it. They come back in the courtyard and do a little ritual, and they make their own veggies and chalk.
Oh no, you're kidding! I didn't know that.
it's a great
So when do
tour.
they do that?
When are our tours? Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night?
Oh,
Call HEX Old World Witchery, and they'll tell you the dates and times.
Yeah.
Spirits and spells tour.
Oh, my God.
David and Carlos are our two guides.
Oh
Fabulous.
wow, that's amazing.
So
I didn't
handmade
realize.
voodoo dolls made by a practitioner in the city. We really pride ourselves on so many handmade things.
I have to tell you, my friend Angela Swift, who everybody knows, she came here years ago and she actually bought me this little one here. And this sits in my display case as one of my most cherished items.
Kristen is
I
the
love
mama
it.
bear of
Love
this.
it, love it, love it.
So when about 6.5 years ago, we rented this back apartment. So we took out this wall and we added all of this space, which has now become our books, and say it becomes our shipping room. I don't know that.
That's all good. Can you tell us a little bit about this? I was so fascinated by this. This is very, very New Orleans. I see a lot of different kinds of altars and things around here. Tell us about this one.
This is the altar to the dead, and it was created and built by Christian Day, who's one of his specialties is working with the dead. His primary book is on working with the dead. So Robert is a real person, owned legally, and the things that are on the altar are charms, deity figures, stones. Most of this, the cigarette pile, all gifts from tourists who take the little piece of paper and the pen and they write a wish or a prayer or something to their loved ones.
Okay.
And they fold it up and put it in their pot. So what we do every day is we light the candles, we burn our incense, and we activate the altar so that everyone on the other side, because as you know, they're not really that far away from us. We're all intermixed all the time, right? So that we're telling them we know you, we love you, we want your protection, your guidance, we want to continue to interact with you, and we set the altar kind of in motion for the day. People from everywhere in the world walk in the building, they don't even know why they're here, they don't know when they're in a witchcraft shop, and they come over here and they're like, I need to be here.
Yep,
I need
absolutely.
to be here. So that's used all day long. Once a year on Hecate's Day, I think that's November 13th,
Yes.
we burn all the notes and put the ashes in Bayou St. John.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
We love it. No, it's
Very
beautiful.
nice.
And at Omen, which is our sister shop right down the street. If you didn't go in Omen, you need to go down there.
Yes, I've been.
That's our Greek and Egyptian and
Yes,
Roman store.
it's really, really cool.
And because the owners, and we do, many of us that work here, travel to these countries to find the real makers, manufacturers, and small places in these countries to import from.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, the things are made somewhere else, but the sticker might say made in Egypt, but it's
Right.
not right. So that altar is a prayer, an altar of healing. So if anybody needs help,
Omen.
they go
Okay.
to similar, but under Isis.
Nice. Okay, so let's continue.
So sculptures, crystal balls, handmade spirit boards, wands. I mean, everything is in here all the time, and we change. You know, we get products all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Our journal collection, some brooms, some T-shirts, candles.
Who makes the besoms?
I don't know. Somebody in North Carolina.
Okay.
Somebody in North Carolina.
Very nice. I love
And
those.
we really work hard on keeping a full spectrum bookshelf. It's a little weak right now. We do sell a
No,
lot of
it's
things.
nice.
Oh, this is mine. This is my tree.
This is your tree. Look how excited you are. You're hilarious.
Allosanthropos means other types of people. And I have 2 yards full of herbs, medicinal and magical herbs. I grow them all using Rudolf Steiner's biodynamic methods. And I dry them and I make my own bundles. Like this is plants for Jupiter.
Yep, and at the Hedge Witch, this is what they do too. They have the Hedge Witch is where I work in Canada, and it's a beautiful little spot. And that's what they do. They have a backyard where they make
Yes,
a lot of their grow a lot of their own
because
stuff.
then it's grown by witches,
Yes.
made by witches,
Yes.
packaged by witches, or magicians. We don't have to use
Yeah.
witch.
Uniques. I call them
And you
uniques
get it
and
home
energetics.
and you open it. You're like, this is the real deal.
Yep, that's right. Because you can feel it, right? You can feel this. So I'm just.
Courtyard. This is
Oh wait, courtyard.
where the little ending to the tours go, and in that first door is another apartment we rented, which has our temple and our seance room, and then offices and workspace upstairs. We can.
Look at that. I feel special.
You are
All right,
special.
here we
This is very secret territory.
Aw, thank you.
Isn't it great, though?
Oh my
that's
God,
what I'm
it's
saying about
beautiful.
every scene on the front is not what's behind.
Yeah.
All the things that are so intense are behind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always what's behind the closed doors. Wow, I am. Oh look.
So it really is a nice black and white checkered floor.
This is nice.
With the door open. Our temple to Isis. We do set up table and chairs when we're doing
Yeah.
seances in here. We do our podcasts and filming.
I
from
love
this
it
room.
simple.
Isn't it great?
I love simple. Like this is so amazing. Thank
I
you.
won't take you upstairs, but that's just production and office space
Yeah.
for us. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this just happened this year.
Wow, congratulations on that. All right, let's head back to your reading room.
Okay. People
Oh
are
my
gonna
God.
Call us and we're going to answer some questions.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you do that. They don't let me. Did they lock us out? Hello?
We'll go this way. Okay.
Hello? Is that Shelby?
Shelby.
Oh, I like Shelby. Okay, everybody, I want you to meet Shelby.
Get ready,
You locked us
Shelby.
out. Hi, Shelby.
You're live. You're live.
You are live on Instagram. So Shelby, you are someone else who works here, a wonderful, energetic, and esoteric. Tell us a little bit. Are you okay sharing the spotlight?
Is one of my priests in my coven.
Oh, I met Shelby the other day too, and I was quite taken with him. Hello, darling. How are you? So tell us a little bit about you.
I am currently a little bit sweaty because I'm like.
Actually, let's move over here because it's really loud right at the moment. Sorry. Go ahead.
What you want to know?
Everything. So how did you get started? Who are you?
So, I started practicing when I was 15.
Oh, nice.
Because I was adopted and I also grew up here, so I went to Catholic school all my life, the whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got to 14, 15, I was like, you know what? I don't really connect or associate with Catholicism or Christianity anymore.
Yeah.
So I just started reading and everything
Fell into
magic
place.
related. Yeah, anything magic related just
Yeah.
started clicking.
Wow,
That's it.
that's awesome.
That's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I got initiated a year ago.
Yes.
actually.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. Okay.
And now we're
so
really getting the real study stuff happening now, right? Shelby's
Now
a
we're getting
wonderful
deep.
person. He's one of our managers and super knowledgeable. When people come in, we've
Yes.
got people, Nick too, that know the answers to questions.
And a great lover of Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah.
We had a huge conversation about that. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me
So we're
started.
back to going through the shop.
All right.
Back to the front.
So we're coming back here.
The stones, candles, everything, and so much of it organized, made by us, or made by a local practitioner.
Nice. Okay. So now, oh, I love these candles. I love figure candles. Those are my favorite. Look at this. Like, this is a great place. Come and take a seat.
Okay, we're going
Let's go
the-
into your world and your room.
So this is my side,
Okay.
and here's where
Okay,
I
okay.
sit for my work day.
Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around for a second. And so Ellie and I were talking, and we were saying that we would like to do some readings for you guys, but we're going to do it a little differently than how I read, which is one of the things I absolutely love. Everybody knows I love meeting other readers, doing things differently, just to show the different styles and how we work. So Ellie came up with this wonderful way of working, and this is how she works. I'm going to read your names, and then I'm going to silently take in your question. I'm going to project that question to Ellie, and then Ellie is going to read with her cards. So if you guys have questions, now is the time. I have Bailey Helena says, 109 says, this was my favorite store when I visited a few years
Love
ago.
that.
So I
Thank
even
you,
have
Bailey.
viewers who
Thank
actually
you.
know this store. Okay, guys, we want some questions. Let's bring on some questions.
Well known. The first thing I'll start with is advice to Angel from her own spirit guide.
Oh,
Okay,
lovely.
just to get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
all
let's
right?
do that.
So I don't know a question, but I'm projecting Angel, and I see her soul in my mind, and I'm asking the universe and my spirit guides to see Angel in the truth of herself, her whole being, and to tell her what's on their mind about her today.
Oh, good Lord,
What
do we
is the
really want to
message?
know?
What is the message for Angel?
I don't know. I don't know if we really want to hear what they have to say to me. All right.
Bring the information down to us, onto the table, into the reading. The universe is infinite. It contains all information. We're seeking truth and finding it now for Angel in ways we understand.
We've got some
comfortably and
questions
easily.
coming in.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, don't get confused. You know, it's hard for psychics when 20 people think at us at once. We can't figure out what to do. Well. Interesting. The High Priestess, the psychic, is the first card up, okay? And she has a book, so I think it's very important for Angel to keep writing and journaling, but documenting her own training course, which if she doesn't have one, she needs to
Okay,
develop
this is
one.
really interesting. This morning I went to the Agun Tree and in St. Louis Park, and I will tell everybody about that later. But under the tree, I asked for something, and the tree gave me a story. And I sat and I wrote, and I haven't written a story in years. So it was quite lovely. So that is very
So
apt.
I think good for her abilities and staying in her role publicly as she is a high priestess.
agree.
But initiation isn't far away, and she knows what that is. Four of Swords is meditation, rest, and a peaceful mind. So I would say that about her too. She's got a very active brain, and sometimes it's good to just bring down the focus a little bit. And Eight of Swords, I consider a card that says stay in your lane. Sometimes it's okay to follow the inner directions instead of the outer directions. In this case, what I would say about it, very interesting. In my tradition, witchcraft tradition, this is what a person looks like in initiation.
Very nice.
Bound and blindfolded.
Oh, of course.
So I really
Yes.
want to give you that personal message.
Thank
you.
you.
The spirits are watching you now, and they've sent out their messages to you, and then you'll answer the call. Okay?
Thank you. All right, so
Blessings.
Carolyn Nelson.
Okay, Carolyn, project. Okay, Carolyn, if you're with us and you can see us, think about yourself. Think about your question. Carolyn, go into her brain and mind, heart and soul and body, and also with 3 cards, answer her question and give her message to Carolyn. First thing I want to say to Carolyn is she carries the anxiety and stresses of others in her aura, and she doesn't need to do that anymore. Let them go. Wash them out. You can always get to them when you need to know about them, but you don't need to carry them all in your purse. Carolyn. And that's just because she's a good empath, and she's got a lot of, receptors out all the time. Carolyn. I read cards right side up. I don't. Oh wow, love this. I don't read reversals. Everyone loves Carolyn. This is our message. 6 of Wands, public acclaim. What you're doing is getting noticed by the group. You're a natural leader. More and more recognition for what you're doing as a lion tamer. Okay? I don't know if you're already a lion tamer. Strength is the white dress, purity of mind, purity of spirit, conquering yourself, I believe is what strength is about. Both of those cards together, very prominent position, very good role for you as you're starting something new.
And that's, keep going with that. There's something coming that's new.
I think that this whole next chapter is going to be quite a deviation from what Carolyn's done before. She's got the support, she's got the inner power to do it, and really sometimes the leap of faith or the jump starts with unknowns. You can't know everything. You have to trust the universe that you're going in the right directions. But this message clearly says she has the support and she has the skills to do the new. Are you starting a new business of some sort?
It's the question is, hello, if you're okay with this question, will I have to deliver my baby in 37 weeks? There's the newness. But that's interesting because her doctors seem to be leaning that way. So that's the whole idea of trusting.
Yeah.
You have that support system behind you. The universe is behind you.
I think she really does deliver herself. I mean, it's absolutely powerful, natural, and all go and great.
Yeah.
I don't see any issues at all. The soul of that child, don't forget, is an ancient being who is trying to get itself situated in a baby body.
Right.
So I think she's managing it beautifully.
Okay,
Carolyn,
so
good job.
The next
Motherhood,
one
the new adventure.
that is the new adventure. And I love that you had said that she has the support around her and that she has to trust, she has to have that faith that everything is in play, whether it's 37 weeks or what have you. Doesn't matter, baby's going to be okay
Yeah,
anyway.
The weeks were fine to me too. That all seemed like right
I
as it should
agree.
be.
I agree as well. Sarah Wintress.
Okay. Sarah Wintress. Universe, find Sarah on the astral and go into her mind, brain, heart, soul, and body. See Sarah as her whole being. See her question and answer it. It's interesting as a reader. I think if you get the question right, you're probably going to get the answer right.
Yes.
You can tell when readers are really not good or off base. They're not even talking about anything you're thinking about.
Right.
There should at least be strong resonance.
Yes.
All right. Sarah? Right, Sarah?
Sarah Wintress.
Sarah Wintress. Show me the answers from Sarah's spirit guides, from her soul. Go above our brains into the infinite field, finding true and accurate facts and information. Bring that down to us, onto the table, into the reading for Sarah. This is fun.
I know. This is awesome. You're awesome.
Right?
And it's so nice being on this end.
Well, I do it all the time.
This is so cool.
I do it all the time for a living. Okay, Sarah, you're looking at this, is this a love or business question?
Yes.
Love question, okay. This is a past life situation. You and a person are very deeply connected on a spiritual level from a past space, okay? The person that you're talking about is incredibly kind, stable, predictable, conservative, devoted to family, devoted to work. And when they make a decision about things, they're sure about it, but they want it to stay that way. They may be a little bit inflexible there, but the stability of the relationship, family, home, guaranteed. I think this person's here now. She knows them.
Yes. Do you want me to read the question? Or?
I want her to keep the person. I think it's a really good choice.
Very well done.
Okay,
Is breaking up with Matthew the right thing to do?
Not yet.
I got the same thing.
Not yet.
Play it out.
He may take longer to develop in certain ways. He may be slower to go at certain times. His dependability and trustworthiness, I think, will prove itself. So
You is on fire.
give it
You
a
is
little
on
bit more
fire.
time. Okay.
Ali Mama. Actually, let's go to Ali Mama. That one is a very general question, so I'm going to go up to here. This is our last question of the day. Plenty quirky blogger. Okay, I have to tell you, I love this woman. She is a little hedge witch, and her energy is, I adore her. Okay,
Say
so
her first name.
I don't know her actual
okay,
name, so
okay.
I'm giving you her handle. Plenty quirky blogger.
Plenty quirky blogger. Plenty quirky blogger.
Plenty quirky blogger.
Plenty.
Plant as in
quirky
plants.
blogger.
Yes.
wow, Planty Quirky Blogger, Planty Quirky Blogger, Planty Quirky Blogger, blah, blah, blah. That's one of those things.
Yeah,
that
it
really
is.
you
A
can
tongue
go in
twister.
there. Okay, and I'm a gardener, so that's a nice connection right away. See Planty, find Planty's deep soul. Ooh, deep recesses of her soul, says my spirit guide. It's, wow, a lot there, and even room full of mirrors in some ways. When Planty gets fixated on a certain kind of activity or person or something, she's seeing it all the time so intensely.
Yes.
Okay, what's the answer for Planty? Go above our brains into the infinite field, finding true and accurate facts and information, bring that down to us, onto the table, into the reading for Planty. You know her. She's a very intricate person.
Yes. Yes. She's simple and intricate all in the same time. Like she has this beautiful, simple energy, but she's brilliant.
But don't you feel depths of like
Yeah.
corridors and hallways?
Yeah,
in her?
and she's still exploring so much of that.
Interesting cards. 10 of Wands for Planty. A lot on your shoulders, a lot on your plate. Maybe she's taking on too many things at once, but if you can carry the load and get things done, it's a very successful time period to become a deep student of the esoteric arts and then to turn around and teach others. That's the real challenge. I think when we really learn it is when we have to teach it to someone else. I do think she's got great spirit guides around her, and they're giving her the information. Take a day off.
Okay, hang on a second. Planty, this actually does connect to your question, and I will tell you how later, and I'm sure Ellie will agree.
And the magician is, it's under her will. It is her mind and her ideas. Do it.
Do it is
will
the answer?
manifest. It
Good.
will manifest.
I've been thinking about horticultural therapy, and I was wondering how my guides feel about that particular path.
It's a great idea. Even
It
that the
is.
magician's in the garden.
Yes.
This is a card for horticultural
And that's what
therapy. But what I want to say about that too is, this 10 of Wands shows me inside Planty. There's so much space there. There's so many rooms of
Thank
ideas.
you.
So look at it as a system that you can learn simply at a base level to start using it with people very simply. Just step one. Then layer on more and more, because I think she'd get overwhelmed with how much you could really research at the beginning of
Yeah,
it.
and this is actually something I've told her before, is that she has this beautiful esoteric energetic nature, and it's through her plants and through that. So everything you've said makes so much sense, and I agree with you. Do it. I think this is the right time, but don't overwhelm yourself.
Right,
kind
right.
of thing. Awesome.
Good job,
Thank
Planty.
you so much, Ellie. I can't even tell you
One more?
how. What? Yeah. Are you
do
cool?
one more. This is our last
Oh,
one.
Look at
I just
us.
gotta go back
Okay,
to
let's see.
work.
Let's see. What have we got? What have we got? Okay, let's go to. Oh my God, so many. Sydney Freeman. Okay, I don't know why I'm really
It's okay.
drawn to this one.
It's all right, and people can call and get readings, so it's not like
This is true.
a closed door. I'm here 3 days a week. I do phone readings all the time. Sydney, universe, find Sydney and show me Sydney, please, with great respect. Go into her mind and brain and heart and soul and body and see Sydney today as she is, the truth of her, and answer her question. Give her the guidance. that
Just so
she
you guys know,
needs.
I'm taking your questions and I'm enveloping them, I'm embracing them, and then I'm breathing them towards Ellie, really moving them energetically towards her. This is such a cool way of working.
And isn't it, because the first
Oh
thing that
my
happens is
God.
the feeling from you. It's
Yeah.
like I feel the emotional side of what's going on
Right.
here. Like immediately I feel very protective of Sydney. I want to embrace her. I want to take care of her. I want to make sure she knows
Yeah,
she's
she
very
loved
loved.
She loves me.
And you do a really good job with her, Amy. You really do love her.
Thank you. I do. I love them all. They are all my family. They are all my spirit family. Like everybody who comes to view, whether they're new, whether they've been following me for years and years and years, I just adore every single one of them.
Okay, interesting group of cards. The King of Pentacles is usually a man related to you by a long relationship, by work relationship. Property, in this case with the moon, I think there's actual land spirits or other metaphysical, the supernatural things going on around Sydney. If it's a relationship, she's not really sure what it means or where it's headed. Knight of Pentacles is a little bit younger version of the King, but very stable, steadfast, long-term, great money-making, predictable, solid people in her life. The moon, what I might say about that too is insomnia and maybe struggles with controlling the subconscious or the psychic realm, please look to nutrition and food allergies and get on a really strong plan every day, like timing, so that you're very systematic in the way you live your life. For a while, journal what you're doing so you can find what's causing what.
That's awesome, because her question, and this is, I was kind of wondering if I should do this because it was one of those general questions, and my one rule is specific, but that's okay. Hey, do you have any messages for the rest of my year to go on? Anything in store for me? And you've given her 2 aspects of her life, and that's really awesome. So relationship and health, and I think that's really important.
And self-care.
And self-care.
That's what I think is great. But go outside under the moon, howl at the moon, see what the moon wants to
Yes,
send you for
Sydney.
messages, right? Write your dreams down. For some reason, though, definitely look at food allergies. I don't know if you may have an intolerance or an allergy to something you haven't picked up on yet. But just
pending. I get pending.
journal
pending.
your food and then journal different things.
Thank you.
See what clears up.
Ellie, this has been amazing. You are awesome.
I love this.
I love you. I'm so happy that you and I met. And I'm going to tell you, everybody, I actually know about Ellie because Angela Swift, who is like my sister,
Yes.
she actually came in here and she said, Angel, you have to go to HEX. Go to HEX. Then I was at the Andrew Jackson Hotel, and the concierge there, Steve, he knew of you as well because he worked here. I mean,
Yes.
talk about
Yes.
all of the connections, right?
It's a small city sometimes.
It is. It's wonderful. And we talked about, how much of a community there is here. It's just incredible.
It's very strong.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you,
today.
Angel. Thank you.
And thank you guys for your questions. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We're going to have more stuff through the week. We still have 3 days in New Orleans, or how do you say it here? New Orleans.
New Orleans.
No, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Okay.
Just
All right.
quicker.
It's New Orleans.
There's different
So
times.
we'll see everybody a little bit later, and we will talk to you all soon. I hope you have a great afternoon, and love you all. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you again.
Thank you. Blessings. Bye.